What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Today I'm bringing you a new installment of the training vlog series. In this episode I did 310 diamond push-ups, basically doing a 25 down diamond push-up workout. You know the drill: 25, rest a couple of seconds, 24, you rest again, 23, so on and so forth until you reach 0. Overall, I rank it number 2 of all of the down workouts I have done. Very enjoyable, very difficult. I didn't feel a pump, I felt weakness, like my muscles were just giving out because my strength was like on the ground. So pretty good workout, really recommend you giving it a shot. And now let's get into today's topic. What I want to talk about today is the fact that I basically nailed my training split very early in my training career, and it becomes very infuriating because you try to step out of your comfort zone and slowly but surely you return back to the main split you have been doing for a long time, and that has always worked. I can't really tell you why. It's just the fact that it works so well with who I am in terms of my personality and also with my body, because my body responds amazingly to this split. So I'm going to give you the full context so you can understand, and maybe you can apply it to yourself and in your workout. So to give you the Protein Man lore, I got my rings in late 2020 and I started just spamming ring movements, didn't even care, right? And I got pretty decent results off of them. I recomped, I built muscle, I got way leaner, and then I started doing more physical activity, which got me even leaner. I was walking 15 kilometers a day. I was walking 15 kilometers a day, and I was also going to swimming classes, and I would swim very intensely. And on top of that, I would basically be doing ring dips and ring pull-ups. I was actually doing, because I was weighing like 60 kilograms, I was actually doing 21 down ring dips in like 20 minutes, which was insane. But yeah, I was like 60 kilograms. What do you expect? I was on cancer patient weight, so it made sense. But then I got a pull-up bar in my garage, and I was able to actually start training properly instead of just hanging the rings from my door, basically, because I had like a weird bar on top of like the door frame, so I could like hang the rings from there. So then I started working out properly, and the first split I ever did was a high volume 3 times a week upper, which was heavy, light, medium, undulated. I know, very advanced for my first program, but it was functional. Let's just say that. But I was doing a shit ton of volume. I was doing like 30 sets of back and 15 sets of vertical pressing and 20 sets of horizontal pressing. So insane. But I was enjoying it a lot, honestly. I would do my handstand push-ups, pike push-ups, right? On my heavy days, I would do one-arm chin-ups, like either finger-assisted or band-assisted. And I would do it with handstand push-ups. Then I would pair ring push-ups, and then I would pair ring push-ups or ring dips with regular ass pull-ups or inverted rows. Then on the light days, I would just spam 10 sets of pull-ups and chin-ups alternating. Like I remember the odd numbers, like sets 1, 3, 5, and 7 and 9 were with pull-ups, so a pronated grip, and the odd ones were chin-ups, so with a supinated grip. And that way I would just spam 10 sets, and I would do like just basic push-ups or even bench dips. Then on the medium days, I would do like lighter variations of the heavy upper days, which would be pike push-ups, ring pike push-ups, decline push-ups, not decline ring, just straight up decline push-ups, decline diamonds, stuff like that. And slowly but surely, I started to try to reduce the frequency, but then I realized, hey, I tend to like higher frequency more because I tend to recover really fast, and I hate long workouts. So what I would do basically is the opposite. Then I started doing high frequency. And I tried doing like 2 upper sessions, and then the rest were like just spamming pull-ups, which, don't get me wrong, it was a great plan and I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't like the best I could do. So then I learned about arm days because of NH, because of Geoff, and I was like, I want to do that. So I incorporated 1 arm day. I was pretty happy, but then I got tendonitis and I was like, fuck, what can I do? I bought myself resistance bands to assist with the rings, and it was like, yo, now I can actually spam arm movements, you know? So my arm gains journey began there in like late 2022. So then I just started spamming bands every single day. And slowly but surely, I shifted onto basically what I would call upper, pull, arms, rest, repeat, basically. On the pull days, I would do just face pulls, like 5 sets of face pulls with neck. And then I would do calves and maybe hamstrings from time to time. It was a pretty decent split, and it carried over when I joined the gym. Just instead of spamming face pulls, I would spam barbell rows and maybe some type of like shrug, but I would still try neck, calves, and hamstrings. It was just with different movements. But the upper pull arms split stayed for a while. And slowly but surely, I also removed the upper pull part. I removed the pull part. I was just upper arms, because I realized, hey, I don't need that much rear delt isolation. Like, I have enough rear delts as it is. I have to focus more on the arms. So I basically have been shifting around and playing with my program ever since like September 2023, and ever since I left the gym, basically. And I struggled to find basically what fitted me best. I tried doing like high frequency, low frequency. I tried doing like 4 times a week, 5 times a week, 3 times a week again. And I didn't know really how to balance it. Especially now when I got my BFR bands, I was struggling like a motherfucker to find an appropriate split for me. And a couple of weeks ago, I was like messing around and was like, yo, what if instead of having a separate day for my pike push-ups, because I was having that at that point, what if instead of having a separate day for my vertical pressing, I just put it on the upper days? That's genius, I thought. And then I started doing my program, and then I realized, holy shit, this is the thing that I have been doing ever since I got my resistance bands. That's crazy, right? The only thing missing would be an extra pull day to work the rear delts. But at this point, I'm considering actually incorporating a third arm day. I'm not insane. I'm like trying to get to 17 inches arms, and the motherfuckers won't budge. So throwing everything at them. So that's when I realized I have been doing the same split for a while, and this split has always worked for me, and it's just me trying to change things up when I really don't have to, and I have to stick to my split, and I have to embrace it. It's just that sometimes, man, you want to switch things up, but then you realize, man, I have been doing things perfectly before, and now I'm trying something new just for the sake of it, you know? And I don't know, man. I hope in the future I can actually change my split into something else, just because, I mean, upper arms, man, it's just arms on top of arms on top of arms. I think that when my goals change and I want to get like super yoked, that's when my split's probably going to change. I think it's going to increase in frequency, a lot of rowing, but I don't know, man. The volume has changed a lot. Like before, I would do, like I mentioned previously, high volume, like back and pressing. But now presses, I do what I used to do before of like 5, maybe 6 sets tops. Except this session that I did like a shit ton of sets, which is equivalent to like 5-6 sets, to be honest. But then the rest, yeah, it has gone down as well, even the back volume. So I don't know. What has gone up actually is the neck volume, because I'm trying to get a bigger neck, spamming a lot of bridges, band extensions, neck curls as well. And also I changed how I approach BFR. Now I do more of like cluster sets with BFR, just to maximize the small amount of time that I want to have the BFR bands on. So I'm going to probably have to make a video about BFR in the future. So you're going to have to give me some time. So this is the end of today's video. The session was pretty well. The session went pretty well. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed what I have to say. Leave me your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.
Protein, protein. Do you like protein? In the soy, in the meat. Everybody likes protein.